Welcome back to a Sunday morning here at the Billabong Pro Tahiti. Round 2 has been heavy to watch so far early, with some big names getting knocked out and some smaller conditions in Chopu. Now it's an all-Australian matchup. Julian Wilson, a former pipe master, former Triple Crown champ, taking on Ryan Callinan, a goofy foot rookie on tour who's had a lot of trips here to Chopu in the past, and he's really waiting for a breakaway result here at stop number 7 of the Samsung Galaxy Championship Tour. Joe Chappelle alongside 89 world champ Martin Potter. While we were away, Ryan Callinan did get started, Potts.
Yeah, almost came out of that one. What a missed opportunity right there for Ryan. I mean, there's not a lot of those kind of waves coming through, Joe, so.
I'm glad I got a heat win. You know, you gotta be smart out here, especially when it's like this. You know, I had Michel Perez, he's the Tahitian prince out here, and you know, the whole channel is filled with Tahitians rooting for him, and you know, I feel like I always got to be the bad guy, you know, taking out the hometown hero. But you know, I got to do what I got to do to stay on tour, and I got to do what I got to do for my job, and that's to win heats. And you know, whether I'm doing bad on the ratings or not, I'm always going to come out just trying my best. You know, I was watching that fight last night, and Nate Diaz was saying he's here to be kill or be killed. So that's the best mentality to have. You know, just come out there, give it your best, even though you're not doing that well, and just give it all you got. And
that's right. Well, this was Ryan Callinan's last. This is a 4.67 here, Potts.
Yeah, just a beautiful, clean little barrel right there. Kind of went for a floater, decides to kick out. It's probably a smart move. 4.67. So Ryan Callinan, had he come out of that first barrel, would have had Julian Wilson in a combo situation.
A man that's kind of been put to take out a world title before he qualified. There's not many surfers that have that kind of presence when they come on tour. During that last replay, Ryan Callinan got busy again with a big fin throw out the back and a recovery.
See, that's the kind of stuff we haven't seen enough of from Ryan this year. I mean, you know, you look at his video clips before he came on tour. I was super excited to see fireworks from this kid, but you know, the big stage tends to sort of, I don't know, dull those kind of maneuvers, and finally we're starting to see Ryan light it up. I mean, he's got nothing to lose right now, and look at that. Critical stuff right there. Perfect balance, keeps his weight over the board. Off the bottom, just throws it up over the top here. Watch how he lands as he puts a lot of weight on that front foot, keeps those fins out of the water. Now they engage, spins the board around. There's a lot going on right there, a lot of balance involved. Look at those knees bent completely flat to the board.
Films him in all sorts of conditions, and he gets barrels, does crazy airs. The air game, what he was famous for as a junior. Now he's got the complete act. He was just going to keep rolling. Pulls into a barrel on the inside corner. He goes down, and it looks like he's just surfing by himself out there, Potts.
Yep, you know what? This is exactly what he's got to do. I mean, there's not going to be those classic Chopu barrels. You know, he's going to just have to pluck away, keep pulling the trigger, keep riding waves, find that rhythm, and all of a sudden he's going to find himself in position for a good one. Speaking of good ones, though, have a look at this.
Ryan Callinan's going to watch Julian Wilson take his first wave. Front row seats for the barrel from Wilson. Keeps the high line to avoid Callinan and get a clean exit. Beautiful backside wrap with a tight rebound, opening up off the lip now, and that is what Wilson was waiting for. A completely different game plan. When you're scored on your top two, sometimes the experienced guys will just wait for something special as he puts himself on the dry reef, Potts. That one, he dry docks on the shallow reef. He's trying to stay light on his feet as we check out the whole wave now.
Yeah, beautiful. Straight into the barrel, nice positioning. Slows himself down, comes out nice and clean, which is really important in the judge's eyes. And then that right there, beautiful technique on that wraparound cutback. And then goes for that extra bonus section through the inside. This is where it starts getting shallow right through there. And Julian, you can see the look on his face. Look at this positioning though. Absolutely perfect. And on top of that, he had Ryan Callinan in his sight, so having to avoid him as well. Great surfing from Julian Wilson, and a well-deserved score coming through for him right now.
Julian Wilson dealing with the dry reef, but he knew he made that wave count. A 7.17 on his first effort, with still 23 on the clock. But Pete, what's your take on Ryan Callinan's approach, staying super active at the start of this heat?
He looked like a puppy coming out. You know, as we see a wave here, Julian's going to pick up the 183. Look at that. That's that rhythm. You know, he was that patient game, and it paid off for him because it seemed like that little purple patch. It's gotten nice out here. The wind's kind of now more of a northeast direction rather than the straight east direction, so it's kind of made this lineup nice, especially when the sun hits it. gets all green and emerald, and puts a smile on my face, and I'm sure it puts a smile on the face for these guys too. But
Great to see that. What a great change in his life, getting engaged earlier this year. Thank you, Pete Mel. He's going to be watching the rest of this matchup unfold as we'll get caught up with Julian's last wave. He did not get the score to take the lead here.
You know, just pulling into that barrel right there, trying to just bite off a little bit too much. You know, sometimes there's a fine line between slowing down too much. So, you know, Michel Perez has got to use this as a throwaway. Obviously, he's in the top 10, so that's a definite throwaway for him, and he's just got to reboot.
Late decision for Wilson. With Callinan letting this one go with first priority, Julian squares up vertical. Beautiful first turn. Jamming it hard and powerfully off the top again, and one more finishing move. A solid decision for Julian, making it late, acted uninterested. Callinan letting it run free. We'll catch up to Ryan's kick out. We'll find out if he had anything before that in just a moment. A critical move for Wilson, and he's easily going to get the lead now.
Interesting move there for Ryan Callinan. You know, we talk about he's got to play the patient game now, looking for something good. Julian's got to fill in a backup for that 717, and this could definitely do it. Beautiful bottom turn, top turn combo right there. Nice positioning from Julian Wilson. And again, jams it beautifully tight in the pocket. Nice pivot off those fins. 3 solid turns from Julian Wilson. That is going to be a good score. Ryan, you can see a little bit indecision right there, looking over his shoulder. Decides to kick out of that one. Good move on his behalf.
Welcome back to Paradise here at the Billabong Pro Tahiti. 2 Australians doing battle for a spot into round 3. Julian Wilson, now acting like a seasoned vet these days. He's been in the world title race in the past, taking on rookie sensation Ryan Callinan. Ryan coming after break, gets blown out of the pit at Chopo. Highline wrap, turns are so important today in these conditions. He'll blow the fins out on the next one and pop an air out onto the dry reef. Ran out of space for the landing on the finish. One of our favorite combos to watch first thing in the morning, Potts.
He was totally committed to his turns. Beautiful barrel to kick things off. Looking for a 917. I don't think it's going to be a 917, but it's definitely going to chip away at that lead. Let's have a look. Nice late drop. Slows himself down. Using his hands. Doesn't come out clean, so that's going to really hinder a little bit of the scoring potential. Didn't quite nail that wraparound cutback, but I love this turn right here. Nice commitment right there from Ryan Callinan. And kicks out. Let's have a look at the vision from the channel. I mean, look at this wave. It is absolutely perfect. Great positioning from Ryan. Gets a little bit of shampoo on the way out, and then didn't quite connect with that wraparound cutback. So he's going to sort of hinder a little bit of the scoring potential, but a great wave nonetheless. Definite comeback, definite move in the right direction for Ryan.
You know, you can't win either way, but yeah, that wave will get him back in the heat, and hopefully he'll be able to get another one.
Well, Aki, he's staying with you, so you get to watch him prepare for moments like this. We'll watch him now. Ryan just up and out. What's he like before big heats like this? Is he a calm sort of character at the house? Is he a little bit nervous about his situation on the top 34? How's he reacting to this? We got great angles from our amazing cameraman out the back getting this angle. How'd you like the takeoff for Ryan here?
Yeah, it was all perfect actually, set up perfect, and he stalled with 2 hands and then came out nice. I was telling him, make sure you do turns, and the cutback was kind of nice, but this next turn was really nice, and obviously the judges gave him a couple more points for that last turn and that cutback, so he's doing it right so far. He's doing what he's told.
That was when he had the wild card, went back door on a solid one on his backhand and took out Dane Reynolds. So we saw signs early of his talent at the top stage. Wilson now will use priority to play defense. Now Callinan's got some time on the clock to try to turn this one around.
If here he goes, he's having a look at this one.
Needs a 5.67. It'll come down to this wave. Ryan Callinan takes one pump, gets barreled. He's still driving through. He's going to pop out the other end. Now throwing down a forehand roundhouse cutback. Make sure he lands that onto the dry reef. Was it enough to turn the heat against Julian Wilson right at the buzzer to save himself, needing a big result on the top 34? What a dramatic finish to heat number 4, Potts.
Dramatic. I mean, that was it. There was no other opportunity, so he had to go. And it was a nice, clean little barrel, but I think maybe was the wave big enough? I mean, that's the only thing. Ryan, a pretty solid guy, stalling, maximizing that time behind the barrel right there. Didn't completely disappear. Beautiful swooping turn. Nails that last maneuver. Is it going to be enough, Joe? 5.67. Great tube stance there. Beautiful positioning. Nice and clean. So he did everything right. I mean, there's not much more he could have done on that wave.
We'll check the replay. Outscores come through for Ryan Callinan. Needed a 5.67. It's a 5.33. Not enough. Callinan ends up going out in the second round, even with the 8.17. And Julian Wilson just got the message as he's with Brandon Gilmet in the channel. He survives and moves on into round 3 action.